Thank you for listening to today's episode of Medical Device Global Market Access by Pure Global. In this episode, we are focusing on a significant development in Mexico for medical device manufacturers. In late July 2026, Mexico's regulatory authority, COFEPRIS, released new guidance that clarifies the documentation requirements for its popular equivalence and abbreviated regulatory pathways. This is a critical update for any company looking to leverage prior international approvals to streamline their entry into the Mexican market. For context, the COFEPRIS Equivalence pathway has long been a valuable tool. It allows manufacturers to use existing marketing authorizations from recognized foreign regulatory bodies, specifically the United States FDA, Health Canada, and Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, to expedite the registration process in Mexico. Similarly, the abbreviated pathway leverages approvals from these same agencies plus CE marking from Europe. These routes are intended to reduce redundant reviews and accelerate patient access to safe and effective medical technologies. However, ambiguities in documentation requirements have sometimes led to unpredictable review timelines and requests for additional information. This new guidance, released in late July 2026, aims to address these very issues by providing much-needed clarity. The document details the specific expectations for the submission dossier. For example, it now explicitly outlines the required format and content for the letter of equivalence, which is the document that demonstrates the device being registered in Mexico is identical to the one approved by the reference agency. The guidance also specifies that the Certificate of Free Sale, or CFS, must be apostilled and that its issuance date must not be more than 2 years old at the time of submission. Furthermore, there are new, more stringent requirements for the translation of technical documents, demanding certified translations for key sections of the dossier, such as the instructions for use and labeling. So, who is directly affected by this? This guidance impacts all medical device and in vitro diagnostic manufacturers planning to submit new registrations in Mexico using the equivalence or abbreviated pathways. If your company holds approvals from the US FDA, Health Canada, or has a CE mark, and you plan to use this as the basis for your Mexican submission, these new rules apply to you immediately. The guidance is effective for all new applications submitted after its publication in late July 2026. While COFEPRIS has not explicitly stated how it will handle applications already under review, it is highly probable that reviewers will apply these clarified standards, potentially leading to information requests for pending submissions that do not meet the new criteria. Given these changes, there are several practical actions that regulatory, quality, and market access teams should consider right away. First, we strongly recommend a thorough review and update of your internal dossier templates for Mexican submissions. Aligning your standard operating procedures with these newly clarified documentation requirements will prevent unnecessary delays and deficiency letters from COFEPRIS. Second, teams should meticulously verify the documentation of their foreign approvals. Ensure that the FDA clearance letter, Health Canada license, or other reference documents are complete, valid, and presented precisely as outlined in the guidance. Any discrepancies between the reference device and the device intended for Mexico must be rigorously justified in the letter of equivalence. A third crucial action is to engage with your Mexico registration holder, or MRH. Your local representative is your partner on the ground and will have invaluable insights into how COFEPRIS reviewers are interpreting and applying this new guidance in practice. They can help you navigate any unwritten rules or subtle expectations that may not be immediately obvious from the text of the guidance itself. Finally, prepare for increased scrutiny on the claim of sameness. The new guidance suggests COFEPRIS will be looking more closely at the evidence proving the device is identical across jurisdictions. This means your technical justifications must be robust, clear, and leave no room for ambiguity. In summary, while this new guidance from COFEPRIS introduces more specific and stringent documentation requirements, its ultimate goal is to create a more predictable and efficient registration process for everyone. By proactively adapting your submission strategy to these clarifications, you can better leverage your existing international approvals and accelerate your access to the Mexican market. If your team needs assistance navigating these changes or require support with global market access in Mexico or over 30 other countries, please check out Pure Global. In the description of this episode, you will find links to our free AI-powered regulatory tools and our global database. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.